The party
Guy
was lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
This is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so make sure to check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother, Matt.
Hey, you guys.
And on tonight's episode, we are going to be talking about the movie Do Not Reply. So,
Which
Matt, before
should have been my answer to you picking this movie.
All right, so before we get started, what are you drinking?
I am just having a vodka tonic. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a screwdriver, but I ran out of orange juice, so I made it with Fanta.
No.
So,
there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
Because that is the way what he brings to the Halloween party for her to drink. So, alrighty. So, had you seen this movie before? I'm gonna assume no.
No, I hadn't seen this movie before.
So,
what kind of a question is that? No one's seen this movie before.
All right. Well, this movie to me could happen. This could happen. Maybe not on the scale.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. This movie could have happened.
In real life, this movie could happen.
I mean, sure. That's true. It could happen.
All right, let me give everyone a little synopsis of this. So Chelsea,
yes.
a teenager, is abducted through social media by Brad and is held captive with other girls who are to become victims of virtual reality filmed murders. And I feel like that synopsis is a little vague. We'll get into
murder you.
So Chelsea is a high school girl, and I just want to say, in the beginning of this, she has a friend.
Oh.
Her friend is the worst friend ever.
And a little slut.
Oh, so slutty. So the guy's name is Dylan. So her friend, her best friend has a crush on this boy, Dylan, and she wants him to go over to his house with her, and his friend Seth is going to be there. Seth,
her by the way, her friend looks 35.
Yeah. They don't look, and the boys don't look like high schoolers either. So she goes over and they're watching a movie, and I guess whatever night this is supposed to be girl movie night or something, but they go to the boys anyways. So the best friend and the Dylan guy sneak off to his bedroom, leaving Chelsea and Seth alone. So she asks Seth, Seth, what, if he likes the movie, and he was like, no. He's like, I don't care about the movie, whatever. And he takes her hand and puts it on his dick and says, look what you do to me.
Ooh, what a charmer.
Right? And then it's like, and he tries to get her to suck it or whatever. So the next day they're at school, and her friend is like, well, you should have just done it. It's fine.
Yeah, because she's
like,
a little
shitty friend.
Shitty friend. I'm like, listen, just because you're a big whore doesn't mean your friend has to be a big whore.
Yeah. So far this movie is off to a great start. So now Chelsea's at home, and she is messaging with Brad. And Brad wants to
I say, so she gets like caught with her cell phone at school.
Oh yeah.
And she I don't know, did she get suspended? Because I'm all like,
no, but to get her phone back, her mom had to come. She would get suspended the next time.
Yeah, which
this was her second time.
Which I just go, that's pretty harsh for your. I think taking the cell phone and having the parents come and pick it up is a pretty big punishment enough. Because if my kid did that to me, I'd be all like, listen, this is the second time I've come down here. You lose your cell phone from now on.
Yeah, well, and that's what happened. Her mom doesn't give it back because her best
Right.
friend has to bring over a shitty old phone.
Right. Yeah. Which I'm all like, yeah, the phone looks circa 2009.
Right? So, and I just want to say schools are not that strict about phones anymore. Most of the time, teachers are like, as long as I don't see it, I don't care,
Mhm.
whatever. But anyway, so her sister is like captain of the cheerleading team, and she's not a cheerleader, but Brad is into cheerleaders. So she sneaks into her sister's room, puts the cheerleading uniform on, takes pictures, whatever. So it's Halloween.
Wait, real quick.
And
I just wanted to say real quick
yeah,
when he was talking to her and she's like, turn your camera on. And he's like, I can't, it broke. I'd be like, as soon as he said that, I'd be like, I'm out. If your camera doesn't work, well, there's something going on here.
well, and he goes because and my parents won't fix it because I break it too much or whatever. So I'm trying to save up, whatever. So um he convinces her to meet her at this warehouse Halloween party. Yeah.
I love how the sister is when the sister comes in and she's gonna be a zombie cheerleader, she's all
Cheerleader.
like she's like the sister, she says to the sister, what are you supposed to be? And she goes, I'm the cowgirl from Toy Story. Duh. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, Mean
You
Girls
don't
did
look
it
like Jessie.
better. Okay, just so you guys know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So her sister helps her do her makeup and gives her her cheerleading uniform or whatever. And Brad is going to dress up as a zombie football player.
Which they look just like the characters from Zombies on Disney Plus,
Yes, they do.
which
Totally.
I only
So
know that because I've been watching it like 40 fucking million times with my kids.
my kids were into High School Musical. I had to watch that shit so much.
Mm.
So, um, he brings screwdrivers in a water bottle for her because she said she liked it, but they can't go into the party because they don't want to get caught with it. So he has her drink it all and then it's drugged. This is how he kidnaps the girls or whatever, is drugs them. So he takes her back to he takes her back to his house where Brad has her locked in a dirty ass basement that
Mhm.
is literally dirt. And another girl comes down and gets her and tells her her name is like Brad, this new girl, they all tell her her name is Sadie now,
Mhm.
from now on. So then she takes her upstairs where there's another girl, and the other girl is trying to get her to say what her real name is, like as a bad thing. And she just keeps saying, my name is Sadie. My name is, because she's learned she doesn't get to eat, she doesn't get to do anything. So Brad's thing is he likes to collect girls that are cheerleaders and kidnap them and keep them in his house, in their house and everything. And his house totally looks crazy.
Yeah, it looks
Like,
very Leave It to Beaver, like Beaver Cleaver,
yes,
but like in a weird way, like Sims. Like,
yes.
but I love how when she woke up in that dirt hole, how I thought it was just going to be a cheerleader fight club. I'm like, ooh, fight and everything, but it
But she
was
had the
not.
rat friend.
Yeah,
That was so weird. I'm like, girl, I don't even think you were down there a week and you're already making friends with the dirty ass rat. That's something you do after like months,
yeah,
not
for
days.
sure.
So the
And
weird
Sadie
thing,
is a horrible name.
terrible name. So whenever they
like
go
like
into
he's
a
just he's a monster just for that, naming them Sadie.
for sure, that's what makes him a serial killer
Hmm.
right there. So whenever they leave a room, they have to use a carpet rake. I didn't even know such things existed.
I
Did you know
mean,
there was such a
no,
thing?
I was like, we're just doing yard work on our carpets now. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah. So whenever they leave a room, they have to rake out the footprints with this carpet rake. So she learns that a couple of the girls sleep with Brad. Um, she just
Oh,
wants
is
to
that what
go
it's
home.
called? Didn't
Well,
know
I
we were
don't
gonna.
know.
I
But
didn't know we
one
were
of
gonna.
them's in love with him.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
didn't know we were gonna put a Romeo and Juliet spin on this shit.
well, that's what they do because two of the girls are all into it. And so is the one girl. What was her real name? Megan or something.
Mm.
So in the room next to Chelsea, because all of the girls' names are Sadie, all of them.
Yeah.
So there are three other girls in the house right now. So Megan is in the room next to her and she can talk to Megan. Megan is like dying. Like he's beat the
Oh,
shit out of Megan.
yeah, and she's like looking all like pale and shit and everything. She looked awful.
Oh yeah.
I
And
love how I real quick, back it up real quick. When she
yeah.
got there and they're like, "We're gonna dye your hair now," I'm like, "Dye her hair more like bad wig her
Right.
hair. That's what we're gonna do with her hair. We're not dyeing it."
Oh yes, because they all have to have the same color hair and they have to wear their cheerleading uniforms all the time.
Yeah,
So the other two girls actually love Brad. Like they are totally into Brad. So apparently, if you do everything Brad says, and when Brad has you perform your cheerleading routine, if you do it perfectly so many times, he will quote unquote let you go home.
right.
But he doesn't. He puts this weird ass helmet on where he records himself murdering them.
Yeah,
So then
which
later he can relive it through VR.
which is like, I mean, so stupid.
And it's the shittiest VR helmet everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's shit. It's shit.
yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh,
horrible.
yeah, I just want to be like, "Oh my God, did you make that yourself?" Because I can
That's
tell. I can
exactly
tell,
what
honey.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
mhm.
for sure. So two of the girls are like battling it out to be Brad's favorite. But one of the girls, and I don't remember their real names because he makes everybody call him Sadie. I only remember the one girl's name
Just
is Megan because
yeah,
she
just keep
dies.
saying Sadie so that way our listeners get confused. So Sadie is talking to Sadie.
That's pretty much it. So Sadie goes and tells Sadie and Sadie that she's going to go bake a cake because it's Brad's favorite. And
Yeah,
Brad is very particular at dinner. Everyone sits down and no one can eat until Brad has eaten. They or takes a bite until Brad takes a bite. So the newest Sadie gets in trouble and because she starts eating the minute she sits down because she doesn't know the rules and no one's told her. So the Sadie who baked the cake gets to perform for Brad. Well, that's when Brad kills her. And the other girls think that she's gotten to go home. She's gotten released and gets to go home.
which I'm very
So,
much like, where did he put the body?
oh, in that basement, because
You think he? Okay,
that's where he buried his mom in the original
and
Sadie.
the original Sadie. Yeah, that's a
So
good
I
point.
think all the other
Are we gonna
Sadies are
talk?
down there too.
Are we gonna talk about his flashbacks of him as a
Oh, yeah.
child? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, so he is adopted. His mom adopted him, Brad, and then
Oh,
yeah. So then when she
that's
brings
where it comes from. He's like a psycho that was
yep.
adopted. Okay.
So she brings home the original Sadie, and this is her biological child.
The original Sadie, the OG Sadie. Love it. Love it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I just loved how you
Um,
call it the original Sadie.
yep. And she tells
The
him that
original Slim Sadie. Would the Slim Sadie please stand up? Please stand up. Okay, sorry. I'm done with the jokes. Go ahead.
she
That's
tells
I just want to say right now, if they had added shit like that into this movie, I might have thought it was a little bit better. But like by the end of this movie, I was like, thank God it's fucking over with.
I might have fallen out of my seat laughing it off. All of a sudden, the real Slim Shady started playing.
Yeah, I mean, like anything to spice this movie up. I'm just, that kid that was in Twilight, the Brad, his career really went downhill. He's fucking starring
Yes,
this
because he
piece.
played Jasper in
Yeah,
Twilight.
yeah. I'm all like, what happened to you, kid? You were in that Avatar movie, and now this.
So, his mom makes him give up his bedroom to the original Sadie so that she can be closer to her mom. And then he has a flashback of her as a teenager and she gets naked for him and then calls him a perv and says she's gonna tell mom.
Yeah. Well, okay. So okay. So when she's got the original Sadie as a baby, um, I just thought he had a real fucked up like past, like very like bizarro Leave It to Beaver and everything. I was like,
Oh
this
yeah,
is
because
weird.
when her punishment is to put him in the dirt basement
Yeah,
when
the
he
dirt
does
base.
something
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Which I'm all like, I listen. As a boy, I would have been like, I gotta go to the dirt basement. Yay, fun time. I was like, what are we gonna play down there?
Giant
Yeah,
sandbox.
yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So then also, I wrote down. there was some bad acting going on by the mother in these flashbacks. Although at the same time, I was like, she made a choice. Like I was like,
She gave me sleepaway camp mom
that's what
vibes.
I was gonna say. Like I was just like, it wasn't as good as the sleepaway
No,
camp mom. That she nothing tops that mom. She
no.
that woman made a choice, which I love it. But this woman also made a choice that I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's bad, but how bad is it? You know what I'm saying?
It's not bad enough to be good.
Yeah, but at the same time, is it so bad that you're just like, it's not good, but I'm like enjoying it, you know? But
See,
no, I didn't enjoy
I
it.
think I would have liked the movie of his childhood. Seeing that movie would have been good with her. So,
Well, I just love, oh, go ahead, you go ahead.
no, no,
Well,
no. I was
okay,
going to
and then when
continue
he
on.
get and then when the sister is all like when he walks past her room and she's got the towel on and she drops her towel and she's like, you like what you see? Fucking perv, mom. I'm like, okay, listen, I get that, but that's the equivalent of you hitting yourself and be like, Mom, my brother hit me and everything. But like
Which
in a
we've all
pervy,
done.
which we've all done, but in like pervy way. Because what would have happened then? He's watching me undress. Like, what? No, he didn't, bitch. You totally was all like, hey, check out my
And,
asshole. Like,
and what teenage girl is in a towel and leaves their bedroom door
exactly,
open?
exactly.
So
Nobody,
she was a little crazy too.
yeah. She wasn't that was not a normal household. You know what I'm
No, no,
saying?
no, no, because technically Brad doesn't kill her. She kills herself because she would rather die than be with Brad.
Exactly. But I mean like but Brad, granted he's he's got it he's simping hard, like so hard for her. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Well,
Like
he's got
next
four other quote unquote Sadies living in his house.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but like he could have
remember when Chelsea touches the pitcher with the original Sadie and he loses his shit?
oh yeah,
So,
right.
so yeah, so it is the Sadie who baked him the cake's turn to do her final performance so she can go home. And
Right.
Brad kills her, but the other girls think that she's gotten to go home until the Megan, the girl who looks dead is dying, convinces the newish Sadie to go to Brad's bedroom and get pills so she can kill herself because she doesn't want Brad to kill her. So the newest Sadie does this, Chelsea. I'm just going to say Chelsea. Chelsea
Mhm.
does this, but it's very difficult for her because she's trying to do it quickly. But as she
Mhm.
leaves each room, she's got to remember to rake the carpet. And as she goes down the hallway, she's got to rake the carpet. But then she hears him and she drops the pills and she misses one footstep when she's cleaning up after herself and she's freaking out. So then um she makes a noise and Brad hears it and Brad goes in to kill Megan.
Yeah.
But Chelsea kills her instead to like get on Brad's good side. And
Mhm.
Megan thanks her for that because she'd rather it was Chelsea than Brad. And I'm like, you know what would have been better if you lived and got to go home.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and
Go
this
ahead.
is also the point where Chelsea makes the choice to like get on Brad's good side and she tells Brad she enjoyed it or something. So he takes her in and shows her, puts the VR helmet on her so she can see him kill Cake Sadie. And
Cake
now
Sadie. Cake Sadie. We got OG Sadie and Cake Sadie. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now he wants to kill the Sadie that's deeply in love with him.
Mhm.
So
Well,
she thinks,
I love how there she's like in love Sadie is like competing with Sadie. And I love how remember when okay, so they're sitting down to eat eggs and Sadie like covers her with ketchup, gross.
and there's no
And
more ketchup.
there's no more ketchup and he's like, "Well, thanks for taking it all for yourself." And then he throws the bottle. I'm like, "Calm the fuck down." And then I'm like, "Who
You don't
puts
keep extras in the pantry?
yeah, plus I'm all like, who puts ketchup on their eggs still? What are you,
Right? Where's the
9?
Cholula?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, spice it up a little bit, fucker. I'm all like, eggs are delicious by themselves anyways. You should be fine.
Right? You'll survive. So she tells him rather than stabbing the in love with him Sadie to just beat the crap out of her to make it last longer. But he wants to do it like immediately. So she makes the choice to willingly sleep with Brad to keep him from killing the only other Sadie left alive right now.
Right. Um,
So, yeah, go
well,
ahead.
I was gonna say like, so the Megan girl that she kills for
Mhm.
Brad, right? She asked her to get pills for her because she's like, "Help me, I'm sorry, I'm dying." And I'm like, oh, "Listen, bitch, you're gonna die. I'm not helping you." But she gets the pills, and then she drops them all over the floor and everything. And she's like picking them up. I'm like, "Just leave it, bitch, leave it." I'm like, run for your lives and everything. I also did like how the one the one was all like how you unlock the door. She's like, get like a thing and like push it, but you got to push it hard and everything. I did like that because I was like, yeah, break free and everything. But then they didn't do anything real fun with it.
No,
All
no.
right, go ahead, go ahead.
So then she decides she's going to take the pills and kill herself because she feels so bad about sleeping with Brad. But then she decides she can't do it and makes herself throw up all the pills. And then she
Right,
goes to the other Sadie left and tells her everything. And she runs to Brad to tell Brad
yeah.
that
Which go ahead.
new Sadie is saying all these vicious things. And now Brad's mad. Like, why would you tell her that? It
Oh,
was our
Brad, yeah.
secret.
Oh yeah, Brad's like pissed and
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Yeah. So this is like, so Brad puts them in their rooms and everything. And so she sneaks out, shows the Sadie how to sneak out of the bedroom and shows her the VR stuff. But Brad sneaks up on them and everything. And now he's even more mad.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he takes Chelsea to the basement and is gonna kill her.
Yeah.
But other Sadie comes down to save her. So there's the whole big fight, whatever. And they kill Brad in the whole big thing and they get out. And it's daylight because that's the other thing about this house. All the windows are like boarded up and they have
Mm-hmm.
like fake pictures of the outside. And then he lets them wear a VR helmet or glasses once a day. And that's quote unquote outdoor time.
Mm-hmm.
So they break out, and there's a lady with a stroller walking a baby and a mailman. And they run up to the mailman and the lady, and they're like, call 911, blah, 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 blah. And the one Sadie that was in love with him, she calls the police. Chelsea calls her family.
Yeah, and she has like she FaceTimes them and shit. Yeah, I'm like, honey, this isn't the time to get your glam on. Like, call the fucking cops. Call your parents in a minute.
Right.
And
Call 911 with your first call. Once the cops are on their way, then call your parents. And it's not one of those, like, the whole conversation is very bizarre because, like, her dad was in the army and now he's home helping look for her and whatever. And they're all like, oh my God, mom, it's Chelsea, blah, blah, blah. First of all, how does Chelsea remember anyone's phone numbers? Because, like, nobody knows anyone's phone numbers these days because it's in your phone, whatever.
yeah,
But I'm like,
I didn't think the mom didn't come off very much like I'm so happy. Like she was like, oh, it's you kind of thing. But I was like, I don't believe you, bitch. You made a choice too.
well, because I think they think, because remember he tells her that the military let him come home to look for you, but they think you were a runaway.
mm,
Like they don't think that she was like taken. Like, so yeah. So the whole movie ends very like that's it. That's how it ends with her FaceTiming her parents and all of that. It's just,
well, then she
and
goes to
we've actually,
therapy. Then she goes to
oh yeah,
therapy,
she
right?
goes to therapy.
And then he's like, well, you're in a much better place than Brad. And then they show him and he's like got like fake scars and shit. And then he sees his dead sister all like walking towards him in the mental asylum. I'm like, oh, get the fuck out of here. This is you know that set was like this big and it like they filmed that in the next room over.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like no, but remember he gets free because it shows texting or it's someone else texting girls.
That's
Because
true.
it is the whole thing about this movie is because there are situations where girls have been held captive for years and get free. Um so it is the whole thing about that warning of be careful who you talk to online make sure if your gut's saying this is a red flag, don't believe everything someone tells you. I mean, there's so much in this, like this could really happen. And the plot of this movie wasn't bad. The execution of it was. But it's also one of those things where I'm like, it's not terrible, but it's not great.
I disagree. It was pretty fucking terrible. I did not have any fun watching this movie. So yeah, it was pretty fucking terrible. I do not concur with your analysis.
So would you recommend it?
Fuck no. No. Steer clear of this movie. It is free on Tubi or whatever. I don't remember where I watched it. I watched it for free.
I think it's on Netflix.
Whatever it's free on, do not watch. Okay, this kid's career is going downhill because he's picking bad fucking this is probably the only project he could get, but I wouldn't hire him just on this movie alone. I'd be like, fuck that noise, I don't care how many Twilight movies you were in. I was like, this is bad. Although if he grabs that kid from that zombies movies, I thought they were the same person at first, and I was like, oh, they just grabbed that kid and everything. I was like, yeah, so if they need to do Zombies 4 and that guy isn't available, you can take him.
All right. So is there anything else you wanted to add about this movie or something that I missed?
I mean, no, not that I can think of. I don't understand how the neighbors didn't know something was up or whatever, but whatever, it's fine, whatever.
But he keeps them quiet and he goes out and he mows his lawn and things like that. And he clearly works from home because he's got that home office. So he's clearly into something that he works from home, or he's collecting life insurance or something.
True. I just go, like, for me, I know everything about my neighbors. I'm a huge Yenta, so it's like when they leave their house, I notice.
So you're like the guy in the movie Disturbia, which we did. You got the binoculars out.
Oh, I don't have binoculars. I'm not a creeper. I'm all like, I see a little, something moving in the window. I'm like, who's that? What are they doing?
You have a roommate now that I don't know about.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, all right. So there's nothing else you want to add?
Nothing
except
else.
Even if it's free, don't watch it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth your time.
All right. So thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated, see all of our movie fun facts, any polls, Matt making fun of me. It's a good time.
It's not hard.
If you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, anywhere that you can leave a 5-star review, please do. We would truly appreciate it. We have also started a Patreon. The link is in the description below. We do series there, and there are levels for everyone. We have done Jurassic Park, Scream, Ghostbusters, and much, much more. We have a YouTube channel, YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Check us out there. Please hit that subscribe and like button and leave us a comment in the comment section. We do read them. And don't forget, sorry guys, I've had a lot to drink. Don't forget to join us next week to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, guys.
Bye.